What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. On today's video, we're going to be reviewing the all-new Roto Grip RST X-2. So the RST X-2 features their Roto Star Tour core, which in 15 pounds has an RG of 2.53, a max differential of 0.53, and an intermediate differential of 0.16. And then wrapped around that core is the E-Trax Plus Pearl reactive cover that comes out of box at a 1500 grit polish. Now, to my understanding, the E-Trax Plus is just a stronger version of the E-Trax Pearl cover. And then with the layout on this ball, I went with 45 by 4.5 by 45, which as of late has been my favorite layout to use on these asymmetrical cores. And then something that we don't really talk a whole lot about on this channel is the colors. I absolutely love the colors on this RST X2. It looks a lot like a High Road Pearl, but with like some silver pearl notes inside. I mean, it's a gorgeous looking ball. If you guys like this jersey or any of the jerseys in any of my videos, you can head on over to coolwick.com and use my promo code MOTIVELU10, and that'll get you 10% off your entire order. And then down below in the description, I have a couple links, one of which is to my Patreon, and I invite each and every one of you to come out and join. Another link in my description is where you can pre-order your Roto Grip RST X2 when it releases on August 27th. That way Bowler's Mart knows that you bought the ball because of me and because of this review. It helps my channel a ton. Let me know down below in the comments if you guys ever drilled the RST X1 and if you're considering ordering this RST X2. I'm gonna take you guys out on the lanes now so that we can see this Roto Grip RST X2 in action. All right, guys, welcome to the video. This is gonna be the first shot here reviewing the all-new Roto Grip RST X2. Now, quick disclaimer, I am not bowling on a fresh, typical house shot. I'm bowling on about 2 or 3 games used worth of a typical house shot. I just got done reviewing the Zen Master on this lane. And this is the type of situation where I would throw something like an asymmetrical pearl like this, something that's gonna be a little bit cleaner and create a little bit of shape down lane. So this first shot here, we're gonna take a guess, because I literally just got done reviewing the Zen Master on this lane. So we're gonna see how much angle this ball can create. Okay, so I really like what I see. That ball is really clean, and I'm thinking that it's gonna be really angular. That shot there, like I said, it came around the corner pretty hard. I'm thinking I'm gonna keep chasing that left just to see what the limits are of this RST X2. So the reason that I shoot a ball like this on like a little bit of burn, if you wanna call it, is because on the fresh with this polish, it would be way too angular. And it just wouldn't do it justice, because this is not a ball that I would throw on the fresh. Now, if I knock the shine off a little bit, maybe I would throw it on the fresh, but then if I'm gonna use surface on this ball, I already have the RST X1. You know what I mean? So, all right, now I'm gonna move like 2 and 1 left a little bit and just see what the limits of this ball are. I'm already pretty far left though, but I like what I'm seeing. Yeah, so I really got a handful of that ball, and this ball is strong. The Microtrax Plus Pearl cover on this ball is really strong, because I hit that one a little bit harder. It's a little bit further left, and it really responded a little bit harder. So I'm gonna move like another 3 and 1 left, create a little bit more angle. 3 and 1 left, and see if that'll look a little bit better. So this move here, like I said, is gonna be 3 and 1. And guys, the cover on this ball is strong, but the big but in it, it's strong, but it's clean. A lot of times when you get these balls that are a little bit too strong, they tend to not glide through the front. They tend not to hook down lane. This cover is strong and clean, which is a really, really good thing to see. So another shot here, a little bit further left, and see how this handles a little bit more oil. Yeah, okay, so a couple videos ago, I reviewed the UFO Alert, and that ball was pretty good, asymmetrical hybrid, that's shiny. The RST X2 is, I mean, it's leaps and bounds better than the UFO Alert, for me. If you guys love the UFO Alert, don't let me, bash on your parade or whatever, but for me, the RST X2 is way better than that UFO Alert. So I don't want to sound like I was bashing on the UFO Alert or anything like that, but naturally, us as bowlers are gonna match up more to certain balls. And for me, this X2, I match up to it way better than the UFO Alert. So I'm gonna throw another shot from that same spot because I really, really liked what I saw. See if I could just repeat it here. Oh, that would have been really nice to get that on camera. So I'm getting glimpses of like, think of like the Zen, but maybe a little bit cleaner even because that RG is a little bit higher and maybe a little bit more response to the friction. I also think that the cover on this will handle the oil a little bit better than the Zen. But the fact that I'm even comparing it to the Zen is a really, really good thing. So in looking back at that shot, I definitely missed it a little bit right. For sure missed it a little bit right, and it still tried to really come around the corner. So on this shot here, I really want to make sure that I'm going to try to send it right again, but I really want to make sure that I get a handful of it to see if it's going to handle that much migration from where I am all the way to the friction spot down lane. So I'm literally just going to try to hit this one almost as hard as I can while still being accurate. Oh, I really thought that that was gonna come around and roll on it. But as you guys can see, it did hook a little bit more. So this ball is gonna be very, very responsive to how you come out of the ball. I don't know if that's gonna be a good thing or a bad thing, because for the elite level bowler, sure, it's gonna be an unbelievable thing. But for your everyday average league bowlers who maybe doesn't come out of the ball the same way every time, if you would consider yourself into that category of bowler, I think I would suggest to knock the shine off this ball a little bit. Just to get that break point a little bit closer, a little bit smoother. I think that's gonna be my recommendation for this ball. All right, so if you're listening to what I was just saying and you're already typing, do you consider yourself an elite bowler? I don't consider myself an elite bowler, but I do consider myself maybe a decent bowler, and I like what I'm seeing with this ball with the polish. I'm gonna keep this with the polish because I like the fact that I know that if I hit it harder, it'll hook a little bit more, and if I kind of lay off a little bit, it'll kind of labor a little bit. I'm thinking this is gonna be good in the versatility test because of that. So I'm gonna move another 3 and 2 left and really just try to keep a maximum hand in the ball, like maximum bob. Yeah, so I just 4-pinned, 3 and 2 left, 4-pin. This ball is super responsive to the hand. And when that thing sees friction, it gets left. So I'm gonna move another 3 and 2 left and just keep going until I strike, because this ball's pretty wicked strong. So on this next shot here, I'm actually gonna do a little bit different of a move than I normally do. I'm gonna go 2 left with my feet, 2 right with my eyes, and try to give it the business at the bottom and see how it's gonna handle with that much angle change. This is not a move I normally make, but I think it's a move that I'm gonna end up having to do. All right, so I'm 2 left with my feet now, moving my eyes 2 right. Try to make sure I get a handful at the bottom. Guys, that's pretty nutty. You guys have been following me for a long time, know that I typically don't get this kind of ball reaction. I mean, that's almost as much hand as I can put in the ball while still being accurate. And that was pretty good. Off that shot, I'm gonna move 3 left with my feet only. Keep my eyes in the same spot. So that angle is gonna get even bigger, and see how this ball responds to that. All right, so we got 2 more shots before we get into the versatility test. And like I said, I'm gonna move 3 boards left of my feet and 0 with my eyes. Okay guys, I don't expect this to strike, but if it does, holy bananas, is it gonna blow my mind. So there's 3 boards left of my feet, my eyes in the same spot. Hopefully I don't gutter. So I missed left. I missed left. I'm not gonna lie to you. Obviously I can't lie to you. I missed left and it kind of just sat in the oil a little bit. I'm gonna throw 1 more shot, same spot, and really make sure I get it right before we get into that versatility test. All right, last shot before we get into the versatility test. Like I said, I'm gonna just send this one right from a little bit further left. I don't expect it to strike if I execute, but if I do execute and it strikes, it's just gonna prove to you how much better this ball is than I'm maybe giving it credit for. RST X2, this ball's good. I think I'm putting it up there with the Zen, like an asymmetrical version of that Zen. Okay, okay, that's the move that I wanted to make last shot. I moved 3 left, kept my eyes in the same spot, got to the friction, came around the corner. Like I tell you guys, I can say whatever I want about any of these bowling balls. That ball reaction, you cannot deny. You cannot tell me that that was not good ball motion. So take that however you want to take it. Now we're going to get into the versatility test. So now we're going to get into the versatility test. And for those of you who don't know, maybe you're joining me for the first time, I invite you to hit that subscribe button if you are joining me for the first time. My versatility test, I'm going to throw 3 shots from 3 different zones. I mostly do this when I do the ball comparisons, but I am doing it now when I do my reviews so that we can see how versatile the bowling ball is. So zone 1 is going to be from 15, zone 2 is going to be from 25, zone 3 is going to be from 35. Some balls obviously are more versatile than others. I am thinking that this is going to be one of those versatile balls. Balls like the Zen Master, balls like, well, the Zen Master was a little versatile. The reality was not, just because of how strong it is. I'm really thinking this is going to be one of those versatile balls. So I'm going to get here to 15, nicen up the lane. I'm not going to try to give it the full hand and see how good this is going to look going down the lane. I think, like I said, I think this is going to be pretty good. I know I've been saying that I want to change my versatility test, that first zone. All these balls are just too strong, core, cover. I'm thinking like 4 or 5 videos in a row now where zone 1 I've gone Brooklyn strike. So I am going to have to change that first zone. Now we're going to get into zone 2, which is from 25. Guys, I honestly thought that first shot from zone 1 was going to lay off a little bit and strike, and it did not. That was not even close. So now we're going to get into zone 2, and I suspect that zone 2, zone 3 with this RST X-2 is going to look pretty good. So now we're going to get here to about 25, create a little bit of shape, and see how this looks. Yeah, really good. It was on the high side. It went a little high, but that was a really, really well executed shot. But I like what I see. Zone 2 looks really good. And you guys saw pretty much this whole video was from that zone 3 area. So as long as I execute a shot, it's going to strike. All right, guys, we have made it to the absolute last shot of the video. And I say absolute last shot because on today, like today, I came in and recorded 3 videos. This is the last video that I'm recording in this session. It won't be the last video. It won't be the third one you see, but it's the last shot of this video, and it's my last shot of the day before I go edit for 3 hours. So now, zone 3, RST X-2. I'm telling you guys, I am going to execute a good shot, and this will strike. Calling it right now. And you guys know I show every single shot. 35 here, execute a shot, try to rip one at the bottom. Take that. One shot and done. Well, it's always one shot and done, but what I mean is I called it. I like when I call something and it does happen. That just tells you guys how much confidence I have in that RST X-2 from this far left on this house shot. This ball will be going with me everywhere, especially if I'm bowling on a house shot. The core and cover of this ball is really, really good. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. Until next time. Well, there you have it, folks. There's the RST X-2. Click right here to watch one of my other videos. Click right here to subscribe. Till next time.